Ghee is one of the oldest cooking fats still used today, yet many people outside South Asia have only recently discovered it. It often appears in recipes, grocery stores, and health discussions, sometimes described as clarified butter and other times praised as a superfood. While those descriptions are partly true, they don't tell the whole story. Ghee has a long history, a unique production process, and a distinct flavor that sets it apart from ordinary butter. Understanding what ghee actually is means looking beyond modern food trends. It is a traditional ingredient that has been prepared for thousands of years, valued not only for its rich taste but also for its remarkable shelf life and versatility. From ancient kitchens to contemporary restaurants, ghee has remained a staple because of qualities that few other cooking fats can match. Right here, on History of Simple Things. At its core, ghee is a type of clarified butter, but it goes a step further than regular clarified butter. It is made by slowly heating butter until the water evaporates and the milk solids separate from the butter fat. Instead of stopping there, the butter continues to cook until those milk solids become lightly browned. This extra cooking develops a deep golden color and a rich, nutty aroma. Once the milk solids have browned, the liquid butter fat is carefully strained, leaving behind a smooth golden fat that contains little to no water and only trace amounts of milk proteins. The result is a cooking fat that is flavorful, stable, and more resistant to spoilage than regular butter. The story of ghee stretches back more than 4,000 years. Historians believe it originated in ancient India, where dairy farming played an important role in daily life. In hot climates, fresh butter spoiled quickly, but transforming it into ghee greatly extended its shelf life. This practical solution eventually became an essential part of cooking and food preservation. Over time, ghee gained cultural and religious significance. In Hindu traditions, it became an important offering during ceremonies and rituals. Ancient Sanskrit texts mention ghee as a symbol of purity, prosperity, and nourishment. As trade routes expanded across Asia and the Middle East, ghee spread to neighboring regions and became a staple in many traditional cuisines. Making ghee begins with unsalted butter, which is placed in a pot over low to medium heat. As the butter melts, it separates into 3 layers. Foam rises to the top, the pure butter fat stays in the middle, and the milk solids sink to the bottom. The water naturally evaporates during the cooking process. As the milk solids remain in contact with the heat, they slowly caramelize through a process known as the Maillard reaction. This is the same reaction responsible for the flavors found in toasted bread, roasted coffee, and grilled meat. It gives ghee its signature nutty and slightly sweet flavor. Once the milk solids reach a light golden brown color, the butter fat is strained through a fine cloth or filter. The finished ghee is clear, aromatic, and shelf-stable. Unlike butter, which contains around 15 to 20% water, ghee is almost entirely pure butter fat, making it far more suitable for high-temperature cooking. Although both come from the same source, butter and ghee behave very differently in the kitchen. Butter contains water and milk solids, which burn relatively quickly when exposed to high heat. Ghee has had most of those components removed, giving it a much higher smoke point that makes it excellent for frying, sautéing, roasting, and searing. The flavor is another major difference. Butter tastes creamy and mild, while ghee has a richer, nuttier character developed during the browning process. Because much of the lactose and casein are removed during preparation, some people with mild dairy sensitivities find ghee easier to tolerate, though it is not completely dairy-free. In Indian cuisine, ghee is used in countless recipes. It serves as the cooking fat for curries, lentils, vegetables, rice dishes, and breads, such as naan and paratha. It is also poured over cooked rice or drizzled onto dal to enhance both flavor and aroma. Many traditional sweets also rely on ghee. Desserts like halwa, laddu, and Mysore pak develop much of their richness from this ingredient. Beyond cooking, a spoonful of melted ghee is sometimes added to finished dishes to provide a final layer of fragrance and taste. Outside South Asia, ghee has found its way into kitchens around the world. Chefs appreciate its high smoke point, while home cooks often use it for roasting vegetables, frying eggs, grilling meats, or even popping popcorn. In Ethiopian cuisine, a spiced version known as niter kibe is infused with herbs and spices, creating a fragrant cooking fat that forms the foundation of many traditional dishes. Like butter, ghee is primarily made of fat, making it high in calories. It contains saturated fat along with smaller amounts of vitamins A, E, and K, especially when produced from the milk of grass-fed cows. Although ghee is often promoted as being healthier than butter, the evidence is more balanced. It remains a concentrated source of saturated fat, so most nutrition experts recommend enjoying it in moderation. Ghee also contains small amounts of butyrate, a naturally occurring fatty acid that has been studied for its potential role in gut health, although it should not be considered a miracle food. One of its biggest advantages is its stability during high-temperature cooking, allowing it to resist burning better than regular butter. Ghee is much more than melted butter. It is a carefully crafted cooking fat with thousands of years of history, a distinctive nutty flavor, and practical qualities that have kept it relevant across generations. By slowly removing water and browning the milk solids before straining them away, ghee develops characteristics that ordinary butter simply cannot match. From ancient Indian traditions to modern kitchens around the world, ghee has earned its place through both function and flavor. Whether used for frying, baking, roasting, or adding richness to finished dishes, it remains a simple ingredient with an extraordinary story, one that demonstrates how a traditional food can continue to thrive in cuisines across the globe. Thank you for watching. If you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. Thank you for joining us on this journey through the history of simple things. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and stay tuned for more stories woven through the smallest details.